Hi, I'm Shine, and this is Divine Shine Tarot with a CelebriTEA reading on Kim K and Drake. Are they secretly dating? And RayJ teases a federal case for Kim and Chris. Will the Kardashians catch a RICO case soon? In these clips from my live stream, let's see what the cards have to say. Remember, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. No facts, no truth, just tarot. Timestamps are down below, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, and leave me suggestions for readings you'd like to see from me in the future. Now, I ask that the Spirit step forward to divinely guide my vision and messaging for this CelebriTEA reading. Let's get started. Spirit, what can you tell me about Kim K and Drake? Are they secretly dating? Do they have any history in the past? Or might we see them together in the future? Maybe they're working on something? We saw them connect a couple months ago when he dropped his album with Party Next Door. There's a song that has Chanel in the name, and I believe Kim K used that song while she was sporting some vintage Chanel on some photo op, runway, step and repeat something. And that's the first time that I heard rumblings or rumors of them possibly having something. But this week it got kind of loud. People were saying that they saw Kim in a place in Europe that Drake recently stayed at, and some of the internet sleuths zoomed in and looked at pillars and details of the floor marbles, and people went hard to identify similarities in the lovely villas that they've both stayed, you know, rich people stuff. And so they're thinking that they may have had a little something for the summer. So let's see what the cards have to say about a possible something going on between Kim K and Drizzy. Okay, so first we have the Three of Wands in reverse, and this indicates interruption or disturbance to progress. So if they had something in the past, it probably didn't get an opportunity to flourish, or maybe someone started dating someone else before they got to see where their stuff could go, where their connection could possibly go. This is untruths, mistruths, lies, dishonesty. Things are not clear. Maybe there's not a clear path of communication between them with this Ace of Swords. This indicates that there is something that they don't know about each other, or something that we don't know. So this could be even saying that it's just a rumor. There's no truth to it. We have the King of Wands. Interesting. This is a Scorpio card. Drake is a big Scorpio. OVO, October, you know, he loves to rep his zodiac set. So the King of Wands, this is in reverse. So he is very opinionated, very impulsive, ruthless, has unachievable expectations, stubborn, and opinionated. So this could be that they are not a match because maybe Kim doesn't meet Drake's expectations. He wants a certain kind of perfection, which, you know, Kim has put a lot of work in to be perfect. That's kind of her thing, is that she wants to be the fairest one of them all. And this could be most likely Drake's energy, since it is a Scorpio card, but this could also be Kim's energy. Maybe Drake doesn't align with whatever next step she wants to take. Oh my goodness, I just got a hit energetically. Maybe this is Kanye. Sorry, I can't. This is such a nice shiny table, I couldn't pick up the card. This might be Kanye with the unachievable expectations, impulsiveness, ruthlessness, stubborn, opinionated. This might be Kanye that interferes with the potential progress of them making a connection. And because they aren't able to proceed, because there's this, I mean, Drake and Kanye are not friends at the moment, but they have history. They're both in the same industry. They were both at the top of their games at alternating times. And that actually makes a lot more sense now that that came through for me. Ooh, Justice card in reverse, which points to injustice. This might be someone not wanting to deal with someone else's legal troubles or legal baggage, which again brings me to think this King of Wands card may be representing Kanye. Maybe Drake doesn't like the fact that Kim was divorced, or that she was married to him specifically. He doesn't want the drama that could come from that, since Ye and Drake are colleagues. Kim is very public with her relationships, and Kanye has a reputation for being very reactive and very outspoken. Again, this is all for entertainment only. No facts, no truth, just tarot for those of you just joining us. Drake might not like that she has that baggage of having been divorced already, not just to anyone, but to this kind of guy that's very impulsive and very connected to Drake in many ways through his industry. And wow, imagine if they did get together, though, how explosive that would be. So let's continue here with a few more cards. Okay, so this is Rumors and Gossip, the High Priestess in reverse, for those of you who can see. I'm a little nervous today, sorry. If the cards are shaking, I have had quite a week, and I'm just trying to be present. I'm very excited about this reading, but I'm also nervous because it just takes so much time and effort to set up all of the technological stuff that it kind of just, affects my energy. And so I apologize in advance, but just know that it is good nerves. I just want to give you guys my best. And I too am very curious about what the outcome of these readings are. So going back to this High Priestess card in reverse, indicating that there are secrets, rumors, gossip, things that are unknown. Oh, keep shining. Thank you. Thank you to the commentary that is coming through that indicates you've watched some of my recorded readings. I appreciate the encouragement. So secrets, rumors, things that are unknown. This is a continuation of what we saw here with the Ace of Swords in reverse, which indicates some lack of truth, some lack of clarity, something unknown. We have here the Knight of Wands. Okay, this is more fiery energy. Someone who is impulsive, adventurous, someone who is maybe driven by lust, definitely coming in with a lot of energy towards someone or something, an idea, or looking to have a good time, not a long time, if we consider this in terms of a relationship. Did this come out in reverse? Yeah, the Fool card in reverse. So this indicates someone being too risky. So you're trying to start off something new, but you're not being careful about watching where you step. As we see with the Fool card upright, one wrong step and he's falling off the cliff. This is someone that is maybe allowing themselves to be taken advantage of, or is just not careful with how they are looking to proceed. So this might have been a consideration in Kim and Drake if they ever did consider moving forward with a relationship. The idea that it's too risky and it's too problematic considering the history for Kim, since she's the one that's been more committed in the past. We've never seen Drake married as yet, although he does have a child. So while the energy of wanting to be impulsive and fearless and adventurous and drive that forward, giving that a chance, that energy may have been there at some point, this Fool card in reverse indicates that it is more risks than rewards for, I would think it's Drake kind of thinking along these lines, because it seems like Kim loves the publicity of a high profile relationship. So I feel like she would be down for that, but Drake probably doesn't want that smoke. He doesn't want those problems. Yikes. So this is a big no. This is like not going to happen, never going to happen. This 10 of Swords is putting daggers in that idea of Kim and Drake dating. So I'll leave this reading here. I think this makes it clear that they are not. But even though there was speculation and flirting with the press about it, I think that's more so done for whoever wants to enjoy the publicity in that duo, which I think you guys could imagine who. And it's done just for that, just to keep their name in the press, not necessarily because there is anything there. That's like dead on arrival. Even if they tried it, it is like time to move on. But at least the other side of it is, you'll have a better experience with another partner or maybe another Kardashian, who knows. All right, so let's wrap this one up because there's a lot of other stuff to cover tonight. And I want to make sure that I get to everyone's questions. What do you guys think? Is there any chance that they're dating? Do you think they'd make a good couple? I kind of think they would, if Drake would be interested in the publicity portion of it. Like if he needed that PR, if he needed to rebrand or something. But he's probably laying low because he's about to drop an album right now too. And so he doesn't want to be a part of that Kardashian machine. And, but they're probably just cool. There's no hard feelings or there's no beef there. He's just keeping his distance out of respect for Kanye, but also out of avoidance, not wanting to deal with that kind of, Gemini crazy Gemini energy. All right. What was the second question? Let me check my notes again. Who said that? Let's see. Aubrey and Kim make a horrible couple. Yeah, well, it's interesting that they have so much in common. They've covered a lot of ground, a lot of the same ground in that entertainment world. Okay. So the next question we have is around the Kardashians. So we heard a few things last week about RayJ, Kim Kardashian's ex from way back in the sex tape days. He was heard somewhere saying something about how he may have contributed to some federal investigation that may be happening against the Kardashians. And there was a viewer question on, let me read exactly what it says. Are Kim K and Kris Jenner under federal investigation? So let's see what the cards have to say about that. Kris Jenner is Kim Kardashian's mother, for those of you just joining us. I feel like I didn't really shuffle these enough, but let me just make a mental note. We have victory, triumph, compassion, emotional intelligence, taking care of the money. Let me do a good riffle shuffle before I continue into this reading because I want to make sure the deck is energized. Spirit. Will Kim K and Kris Jenner be under federal investigation? Is this rumor or gossip on the internet streets fueled by the always looking for attention RayJ? Is there any truth to what he's saying, or could we just assume that this is another one of his attempts to fill the headline with some clickbait? And again, for those of you just joining, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. No facts, no truth, just tarot. So, Spirit, will Kim Kardashian and her mother, Kris Jenner, undergo a federal investigation? Are they about to catch a RICO, like RayJ said, or is it just a rumor? Is it just noise for him to get attention? Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Okay. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. This indicates a failure, a financial failure, maybe a bad investment. This could also be a missed opportunity, a lost opportunity due to some delays or misunderstandings. So this could be a money grab. Again, as I was joking in the beginning when I was shuffling the cards, one of the many times that we've seen RayJ say something, you know, an eyebrow-raising thing, usually about the Kardashians, that we never really see anything serious come of it. So it comes off like he's just crying wolf, because even if he is telling the truth, he never produces receipts. He just teases these shady things about them, and it comes off like he's just sour grapes about something, or trying to use them or get back at them for something. We've seen him talk about the courts before in relation to them, and then things kind of just die down. So this may be yet again one of those attempts that don't really go far in terms of his goal behind it. May have been some financial goal, again, trying to get clickbait, get eyeballs, get attention on whatever platform he was on or whatever upcoming projects he has, or maybe even trying to extort them, trying to blackmail them with outing some information and to encourage them to pay for his silence. But also interesting to note that the Kardashians also will be releasing a new season of their show later this month. So this could also be interpreted as something to negatively impact them financially, if there's any truth to it. But off of this card alone, we're not seeing that as yet. We have the Chariot reversed. So this is the second card that indicates that there is a failure that is preventing some plan or initiative from advancing. This legal pursuit would not advance. It would not get very far because of this Chariot in reverse, indicating delays or a lack of determination, a lack of control or focus to accomplish a certain goal. There may be blockages. There may have been a plan that falls through or a plan that goes off the rails. So far with these two cards, we're seeing that the motivation behind releasing this news is perhaps financial, but either way, it's not going to go very far. I would interpret that to mean there's not much truth to this idea that the Kardashians might be catching a RICO or might be federally investigated. Yeah, there is no truth to it with this Ace of Swords reversed, which means dishonesty, a lack of clarity. This could also even mean surgery. We know the Kardashians love some surgery. So, and Kris, you have never looked better. She looks fantastic. So whatever work you are getting done, girl, that scalpel is working. Let me give the TikTok applause because you look fantastic, Kris, as do you, as always, Kim. The revised BBL is looking great. But this Ace of Swords in the context of this reading indicates there's no truth to this. I kind of don't even want to continue pulling cards for this reading, but just to get a full row of cards, I'll pull one more. Queen of Swords indicates someone with clear boundaries, someone that's a direct communicator, someone that is no nonsense and will shed a very clear and unbiased perspective. They're very serious about exposing the truth, honesty, justice. This to me feels like this is the legal efforts that the Kardashians will take in order to shut this down, quiet all this noise, and not play around, because from my understanding, they've already secured counsel to combat this accusation by RayJ. Interestingly enough, they've secured Alex Shapiro, which is the lawyer that seems to often litigate cases for Jay-Z, Roc Nation, that world of legal interests. So this indicates that not only is the intention of this rumor not going to go far, but it is going to be shut down legally. Kim and Kris are not playing. They are going to make sure that this is rectified for good, not only just in this specific accusation that RayJ has made, but also trying to shut him down long term in terms of, we have seen several times that he has brought them up for one thing or another, and they don't want to be played with anymore. They don't want him to play with their name, with their brand anymore. So they will be advancing with legal action and taking it as far as they can to try to nip him in the bud. So watch out, RayJ. Be careful what you wish for. You wanted to piggyback off of the Kardashian attention somehow for some other business motive, but it seems like it's going to backfire and blow up in your face. Retreat while you can. Release a statement clarifying or apologizing so that you do not have to deal with those repercussions and consequences, which seem like they will be severe. Stop playing with them, RayJ. All right, so let's move on to the next reading. Actually, while we're in the Kardashian world, does anyone on this live care? I'll just throw it out there. There was someone that inquired about Kylie and her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Timothee. One moment, people were saying that they don't see them together, so there was suspicion that they may have broken up. And then the next moment, people are thinking, oh, maybe they're about to get engaged. We see them together again. So they're on again, off again. If anyone on the live right now cares, I'll do a reading, but I don't think it's that big of a deal for us to look into right away. If there's more news about it, I could circle back and do a reading on them. I figured we'd slip it in while we're on this Kardashian topic, but because it's so late already, I think maybe we'll just, let me look at the comments. If someone wants to hear it, then we'll proceed. If not, we'll just leave it. Yeah, no one cares. Sorry, Kylie, no one cares. No one cares. And then there was another comment. Someone said, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kendall reconnects with Bad Bunny just in time to share some of his spotlight around the Super Bowl. Right, because in the introduction for this live stream, I mentioned that Bad Bunny, who is at one point was romantically linked with Kendall Jenner, which is another sister in that Kardashian camp, that Kardashian family. She's Kylie's sister, Kendall is. Because I mentioned that earlier in the stream in the introduction when we were catching up of some of the many pop culture updates that happened within the past couple weeks since I last streamed. I guess someone was just slipping that in, saying because the Kardashians love a big media moment. We haven't seen Kendall Jenner with Bad Bunny a long time, but we wouldn't be surprised if we see her reconnect with him just in time to share some of that Super Bowl spotlight. Well, no surprises there if it does happen. They love a publicity moment and any connections that get their clout up. All right, what's the next? I wish you all abundance and illumination. May divine light radiate through your life. Keep shining.